Good morning, traders. Welcome to this video on the euro dollar and pound dollar. My name is Chris from Elite Currency, and before we take a look at these two instruments, please be aware of the Forex Peace Army. If you like our videos, we certainly would appreciate your review and your feedback on this platform on our website. So thank you so much. All right, so now let's take a look at this euro dollar. It's the 4-hour chart. Now, first of all, before we dive into technicals, from a fundamental point of view, be aware that Wednesday is a big day for the dollar with the FOMC statement. And of course, that will give some clarity about the long-term expectations from the Fed, what they think is going on. The interest rate will be decided too. Press conferences coming up Friday. There's non-farm payroll, NFP. That's all big dollar event. And for pound specifically as well, there's Thursday, similar interest rate, press conference, etc., and monetary policy statement. So big weeks for the dollar and the pound about their long-term direction. So far, increasing chances of recession coming up, maybe not this year, but for next year, which could spiral into something maybe bigger like 10 years ago, but that's of course still has to be seen. For the moment though, euro dollar moved up here and now it's retracing back down. So it's kind of stuck again at 111 and not able to break through it and not able to bounce either. So for the moment, it seems like this, I think, was created by the ECB on Thursday, this daily candle, this doji with 2 wicks on both sides, this daily candle here, creating indecision right at that previous double bottom at 111. But if you look at higher time frames, it's starting to look a little bit more bearish, actually. Last month's bullish candle, the low of that has been broken. And last week's weekly candle was also pretty bearish, and that wick was pretty small. So I'm actually now leaning towards more of a breakout. Now, as you know, I was actually leaning towards a bounce. I thought that this was a first kind of correction, that this would be a bearish correction and there would be one more bullish correction. But with the price action on the monthly and the weekly, that might be coming less likely at this moment, although you never know, of course. But yeah, this 5-wave pattern seemed completed, but now not too sure. This was certainly very choppy and corrective. Therefore, looked like a falling wedge. A, B, C has maybe been completed. I expected the wave C to go further, but keeping an eye, ultimately, the real trigger for any downside is going to be on the daily chart. If this downside is going to happen, if the breakout is going to take place, then there should be a daily candle that pushes through 111 and closes near the low, closes below the 111, something like this. That would signal a bearish breakout and more downside. Now, of course, we have those big events on Wednesday and Friday. So not sure how much movement we'll get before that. Price could indeed make some kind of consolidation zone, maybe use this as a bouncing spot, as a profit taking a little bit, because it wasn't a downtrend and there was a strong 111 zone. So till Wednesday, maybe price might move up, then down and up like this, and just make a consolidation triangle. And then the news event will either drive it lower or make a sudden reverse. So that, I think, could be a likely scenario. Of course, don't forget that we're getting into the heart of the Northern Hemisphere summer, and because it's end of July, we're going into August, so that might also not help volatility too much. So I'm not sure what to expect, to be honest, with this week. It's a little bit tricky considering the fact that it's summer, price is right at 111, and has reacted to that. And we're going into a very heavy news week. So I would say maybe consolidation could be the most likely scenario. But once again, if there's a daily candle break below that, that would change things. If there's a break above the 21 EMA on the 4-hour chart, that could indicate maybe a bigger correction up to the 144 EMA. But I wouldn't expect large movements for the moment, at least. Maybe up to 112.25, 112.50, and that could again also be a bouncing spot as price goes back into this resistance zone right in here, for instance. So yeah, that's basically it. Keeping an eye on this support, this resistance, and we'll reanalyze it on Thursday after the big news events on Wednesday for the dollar. Now, Thursday we'll have pound interest rates with of course, the lingering and looming Brexit coming closer in October with the new Prime Minister Johnson. And, of course, also summer vacation coming up in the UK. So not much time left to negotiate a new deal until October. So maybe that's partly driving this pound dollar down. But in any case, from a technical point of view, it looked like a triangle that has been completed here and a breakout indeed driving this lower for the moment and a downtrend continuing. So I think that there could be a wave 1, 2, 3 going on at this moment. On the 1 hour chart, there could be a wave 1, 2, and this is all part of 3. So for the moment, ECS Live actually is in a SWAT trade to the downside on this pound dollar as we speak. We took it at the breakout of this triangle. That's working out well, as you can see. Now, I wouldn't mind adding on, but the 4 hour chance is gone because price has moved too far. But on the hourly chart, if there is a bear flag, that could indicate a wave 4. And I would like to take one more attempt for a trade lower. If this is a wave 4, then price will stop probably at the 23.6 fib or the 38.2 fib, max 50 fib. And I think that those could be bouncing spots. What I'm waiting for is a flag and then a rebreak below the 21 EMA. And I would be adding on a small trade there as well if I catch it on this hourly chart. And the target for the moment, the minus 272 target is 123.35, 123. Those will be the nearby targets. It could even extend to 122.50, which is around psychological quarter level. And of course, in the long term, this fall, because it is breaking the second time below this 124 support. So this is the first break. This is the second break, and second breaks typically work better. So if that's the case, then there's a lot more space to fall. It could actually test the lows, all-time lows here back from the lows that we got after the referendum for the EU exit, the Brexit here at 120. So the second break below this 124 support could indicate a full downtrend continuation. And here we already had downtrend, pullback, and this looks like now a continuation with the second break below that level. And the next target could therefore in the long term be 120. So plenty of space to fall. For the moment though, 123.25, 123, 122.50 are the nearby targets for this pound dollar. All right, that's it for now. Next video will be on Thursday. More information and free analysis and research and videos you can find on elitecurrency.com, and wish you all good trading in the meantime. Cheers.